Biosolubility test is a test that differentiates Streptococcus pneumoniae from alpha hemolytic Streptococcus, based on if an organism will lyse or not lyse in the presence of 10% sodium deoxycholate, the biosolubility reagent. Streptococcus pneumoniae is biosoluble, meaning the bacterial cells will lyse in the presence of 10% sodium deoxycholate, whereas all other alpha hemolytic Streptococcus are bile-resistant, meaning they do not lyse in the presence of 10% sodium deoxycholate. The biosolubility test should only be performed on alpha hemolytic colonies that are gram-positive cocci in chains that are catalase negative. It is essential that you start with a pure isolate of the organism you suspect to be Streptococcus pneumoniae. This means you may have to streak the suspected colony for isolation onto a blood agar plate from the original culture and incubate overnight. Here we have a blood agar plate that has isolated colonies of a suspected Streptococcus pneumoniae. As you can see, the colonies are slightly raised and some have a sunken center. Place the plate lid side up on the counter. Open the lid and add 1 drop of the 10% biosolubility reagent to well-isolated colonies in the secondary or tertiary quadrants of the plate. Replace the lid on the plate and incubate at room temperature for up to 30 minutes. Leave the lid slightly ajar to enhance evaporation of the reagent. Keep the plate level, lid side up for the duration of the 30-minute incubation. Periodically observe the plate for disintegration or lysis of the colonies. A positive test is when the colonies have disintegrated. Basically, when you look at the plates, the colonies have disappeared. This is a plate that has had the biosolubility added and has incubated for 30 minutes. Here is where the reagent was added, and as you can see, the colonies have disappeared. This is a positive biosolubility test. Compare this positive plate to this other plate. Here is where the reagent was added. As you can see, the colonies have not disappeared. This is a negative biosolubility test. Here are the plates side by side to show you the difference.